I just don't get it. Doesn't she trust us?
On the contrary. She doesn't want us caught up in whatever it is she's planning.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But that makes me worry even more. She could just tell us.
That's the way she is. She's naive, serious to a fault, and doesn't ask for help.
The group travels through Thunder Plains, an area ravaged by a never-ending thunderstorm. Riku is scared of thunder. She pleads for them to rest at an Albed travel agency. Yuna secludes herself from the group. Tidus checks in on her and finds her watching the sphere of Chiskel she picked up in Gordo's alarm. Yuna avoids talking about it and does not let Tidus or anyone else watch the recording. On the last stretch across the Thunder Plains, Yuna announces her decision to marry Seymour after all. She refuses to explain what caused her to come around, but promises not to quit her pilgrimage. The group arrives at Macalania Woods. Auron and Tidus both know that Yuna is planning something behind their backs. She wants to negotiate with Seymour. Auron reminds Tidus to stay by Yuna's side. Tidus comes to the conclusion that he and Yuna will never have a romantic relationship. They come across Barthelo, Donna's guardian. Donna has gone missing. Barthelo refuses help, not wanting to hinder Yuna's journey. Auron takes the group to a remote place in the woods. There they discover an old sphere, recordings Braska and Jecht made on the early days of Braska's pilgrimage. Jecht has left Tidus a private message. After coming to Spira and joining Braska's pilgrimage, Jecht accepted his fate. Tidus is still hoping he can return home to Zanarkand. In the recording, Jecht tells Tidus to stop crying and move on. Auron tells Tidus that Jecht loved his son but was unable to show it. The group arrives at Macalania Lake. Trommel Guado leads Yuna away from the group to prepare for the wedding ceremony. Suddenly Albed surround Trommel and Yuna. They are trying to kidnap Yuna again. They have a Machina weapon that interferes with Yuna's summoning abilities. Her guardians come to her rescue. Riku exchanges words with the kidnappers before they flee. One of them is her brother. Wakka finally learns that Riku is an Albed. Riku and Wakka have a heated debate about Machina, Sin, and Yevon. Trommel leads Yuna away. The Albed left behind Machina sledges. Yuna's guardians drive them to the temple.
Have you seen Donna?
Donna? Can't say I have.
What's up?
We got separated on the way here. Damn it all! I've gotta find her!
The Albed continue to kidnap summoners. There is still no explanation for this. Barthelo has lost Donna.
Albed!
Stand back.
Thank you.
Yuna is almost kidnapped again, and once again her guardians keep her safe.
Yuna!
Yes, sir!
The symbol of the whistle is repeated for the first time after Luca. Tidus whistles to Yuna and she instantly knows what it means. It's a reminder of what they have and the promises they made for each other. And all she has to respond with is yes, sir. Nothing else is needed to convey that she remembers. The promises still stand. Even if Yuna gets married, there is still something between her and Tidus.
And well, maybe. I realized that Yuna and I'd never,
As the group leaves Gordo's alarm, the Gordo starts spreading rumors of Yuna having accepted Seymour's proposal, even though she still hasn't given an answer. Without an explanation, Yuna decides to marry after viewing Chiskel's sphere. After Yuna makes her decision and shows that she is holding to it, Tidus concludes that he and Yuna will never be an item. He had been hoping their relationship would develop towards a romance, but now that will never happen. Even as Yuna is taken away to prepare for the ceremony, She remembers their promises to each other. The whistle is a reminder of that.
You know what that means? Sin was born because people use Machina.
You got proof? Show me proof.
It's in Yevon's teaching. Well, not that you know.
That doesn't mean you should do whatever they say without thinking. Nothing will ever change that way.
Nothing has to change.
You want Sin to keep coming back? There might be a way to stop it, you know.
Sin will be gone once we atone for our past mistakes.
Fayth and technology clash again as the Albed try to kidnap Yuna for the third time. Now Machina disables Yuna's summoning and Lulu's magic. Technology takes a round. But Fayth wins the fight when Yuna's guardians take out the Machina. When Wakka learns that Riku is an Albed, they clash over their beliefs. Wakka repeats Yevon's thematic arguments. Riku tries to question them, asking for proof of Machina being the cause for Sin's appearance. It's in Yevon's teachings, is all Wakka can say. The Albed kidnappers left behind Machina sledges, snowmobiles. Auron wants to drive them to the temple. Here is an early form of thematic synthesis, the use of technology, Machina sledges, to travel to a place of worship, the temple. Technology and faith do not work together yet, but this is a step towards it.
Everyone, stand back. I'll summon.
You won't hurt it! Your powers are still too weak.
As long as he is Sin, Jecht will keep killing. He wants you to stop him.
If I defeated Sin, that would make everyone happy, wouldn't it? I must do what everyone wants, not just what I want.
Just one thing.
I won't quit my pilgrimage.
Then it is fine.
Yuna, take me as your pillar of strength. As Yunalesca had her, Lord Zayon.
He asked me to marry him.
Somehow, my bad feelings always come true.
I've decided to marry.
It was just her duty. Something she had to do before returning to her pilgrimage. That's what I kept telling myself anyway. And well, maybe. I realized that Yuna and I'd never,
We're all with you. Do as you will.
Thank you.
Sorry. That was your line.
Yuna!
Yes, sir.
I think I just figured something out.
What?
Why I hate my old man.
There's a time when you have to stop crying and move on. You'll be fine. Remember, you're my son.
I guess I understood. My old man. He knew there was no way back home. Back to Zanarkand. He wanted to go home, but he knew he couldn't. He couldn't go on until he accepted it. Besides, even if he had found a way back, I don't think he would have left his friends behind before their journey was complete. All right, let's go, guys. Maybe I had to start accepting my own fate.
Since the introduction of the dramatic questions, they have all been vacillating between yes and no. The pilgrimage keeps encountering problems. Tidus and Yuna are drifting apart. Tidus learns about Jecht's time on Spira. The latest twist to the dramatic questions comes from Seymour's marriage proposal. Professional dramatic question. Will Tidus and Yuna defeat Sin? No. Yuna marrying might mean she quits her pilgrimage. Yes. Trommel assures Maester Seymour wishes Yuna to continue her pilgrimage. Personal dramatic question. Will Tidus and Yuna be together? Yes. First Yuna decides not to marry. No. When Yuna suddenly decides to marry, Tidus accepts that they will never have a romantic relationship. Private dramatic question. Will Tidus rise to his father's level and be worthy of his praise? No. Tidus is still thinking about going home to Zanarkand. Yes. Tidus must accept his fate like his father did.
Well then, why have you come here?
I came to stop you.
I see. You came to punish me then. What a pity. Ah, of course. Protect the summoner even at the cost of one's life. The code of the Guardian. How admirable. Well, if you're offering your lives, I will have to take them.
Maester Seymour, I trust my guardians with my life, but they are also my friends. I will not stand by and watch them be hurt. I will fight you too!
Tidus and the other guardians arrive at Macalania Temple. Wedding preparations are underway. Yuna has gone to the Cloister of Trials with Seymour to pray to the Fayth and receive a new Aeon. A staff member finds Chiskel's sphere among Yuna's belongings. In the recording, Chiskel warns about his son and names Seymour his murderer. Yuna's guardians rush to the Chamber of the Fayth to confront Seymour. When Yuna exits the chamber, she joins her guardians. She agreed to the marriage for a chance to stop Seymour. Yuna's guardians stand by her. Seymour decides to fight them. He uses his Aeon, Anima, in the battle.
Yuna, you would pity me now?
The fight ends in Seymour's death. Trommel enters with attendants to stop Yuna from sending Seymour. Trommel refuses to listen to reason. He destroys Chiskel's sphere, the only evidence of Seymour's true nature, and he calls Yuna and her guardians traitors. Yuna's group escapes the temple. Guaro chase them and turn Fireflies into fiends to fight them. Outside on the lake ice, the Guaro summon a large fiend to fight the group. The fiend breaks the ice, and the whole group plummets down into the lake. Yuna's group survives the fall. They are on a small island far under the ice. Yuna comes clean to her guardians, explaining that she agreed to the marriage in order to bring Seymour to Yevon's judgment. They now fear reprisal from the temple. Yuna wants a chance to explain herself. She wants to go to Bhed, the heart of Yevon. The hymn can be heard coming from the temple. The Fayth is singing. Auron and Tidus reminisce how Jecht used to sing the same song. When the singing suddenly stops, the island quakes. They are standing on Sin. Sin has been calmly listening to the hymn. Now that the singing stops, death incarnate stirs. Suddenly, everyone in the group goes under before they can do anything. In his last moments of consciousness, Tidus sees flashes of what Sin, his father, is thinking. He understands Jecht wants this to end and promises to find a way.
Who is that singing?
The Fayth.
Oh. Huh? The Fayth? What? It can sing?
Of course it can. Don't be a fool.
Jack used to sing this song.
Yeah, over and over.
The unseen voices singing in the temples are the Fayth themselves. A different Fayth in each temple gives the hymn a different voice. Jack used to sing the hymn in both Zanarkand and Spira. Now that he is Sin, he still likes to listen to the hymn.
Sin! The toxin, watch out!
It was then I knew that Sin really was my old man. For the first time, I was finally able to believe it. The song you were listening to. What is it this time?
Sin floats in the lake, calmly listening to the hymn. It sits so still, Tidus and Yuna do not notice they are standing on it. This behavior is completely different to how Sin has been acting the previous times it's been seen. This gives Sin a human element. Sin is checked. Checked likes the hymn of the Fayth. Sin sits calmly listening to the hymn. Only when the singing stops does Sin stir. Here is a setup to a third act solution. Inspired by this experience, the heroes come up with the idea to pacify Sin using the hymn of the Fayth.
Kimahri's up ahead. Go.
Right.
We will protect Yuna from anyone. Even a maester.
This can't be happening.
If he is truly at fault, it must be done.
Seymour's proposal to Yuna in Guad Salam starts the long midpoint of the story. In terms of the hero's journey, the approach to the Inmost cave leads to the great ordeal, the reward, and eventually the road back. Archetypal elements from all these stages can be found in the approach. The two heroes have their separate ordeals, which come together at the end. This approach stage is mainly for the heroine Yuna. She must confront authority to be able to uncover the grim truths that govern the Institute of Yevon and are the source of the spiral of death that all Spira revolves around. In preparation to the ordeal, the heroine Yuna distances herself from her guardians. She knows she will get in trouble for what she is about to do and wants to keep her guardians out of it. And so she prepares to face Seymour the Shadow alone. But she's about to enter into a rabbit hole from which there is no return. It will take her to the secrets that govern Yevon, truths she is not willing to accept yet. The hero Tidus is getting dragged deeper and deeper into the special world. He's learning about Spira. He's learning thematic arguments and starting to question them. He's even working to heal his wound, the relationship with his father. Tidus has no preparation for his ordeal. He will be plunged into the Inmost cave without warning. There awaits the big reversal of the story. Yuna meets Seymour in the temple that he is the high priest of. She walks into the den of the beast alone, knowing confrontation is inevitable. Both Yuna and Tidus face the shadow boldly and willingly. The approach stage has many obstacles. Yuna makes things harder for her guardians by distancing herself and keeping secrets from them, even refusing to talk when questioned. The Bhed continue their kidnap attempts. This also causes conflict inside the group between Wakka and Riku. Yuna gets separated from her guardians and must face the shadow alone. Chiskel's sphere is discovered and Seymour unmasked, but the evidence gets destroyed.
Lord Seymour! What happened here?
What have I done?
Wait a minute, it's not our fault at all. Seymour struck first. He's the bad guy.
You did this?
Yuna, send him.
No, stop! Stay away from him, traitors!
Traitors.
We're finished.
The great ordeal comes in parts for both heroes. They must overcome different obstacles, peel away layer after layer of misinformation to reach the truth, and face different enemies to earn the reward. This first part of the ordeal offers no physical reward, but information. Tidus goes through a crisis of the heart when Yuna announces her decision to marry. She is half the reason he joined the pilgrimage. Seymour, the shapeshifter, is unmasked as the Shadow. He embodies negative animus. In his hunger for power, he murdered his father, but it's not enough for him to be a maester of Yevon and the leader of the Guado. Driscoll warns his son will cause chaos and death on Spira if not stopped. Seymour is a summoner like Yuna. Instead of using his Aeon against fiends, he summons it to fight Tidus and Yuna. The two heroes and their allies go toe to toe with the Shadow, putting their life on the line. The heroes cause death in their fight with the Shadow and its minions. Seymour, the villain of the story, dies by their hands. Seymour also escapes. On Spira, the dead can cling to life unless they are sent. Yuna has no opportunity to send Seymour as Trommel has the corpse carried away. In death, Seymour will become more powerful. The long chase ends in the heroes falling through the lake ice, seemingly plummeting to their deaths. As the screen goes black, the audience holds their breath. But instead of falling into the lake, the group ends up on top of Sin, a close contact with death incarnate. As the Fayth stops singing in the temple above, Sin stirs and causes the group to lose consciousness, another small death. They revive on the desert island of Bikanel, lost and separated.
I wanted to confront Maester Seymour about his father, Lord Driscoll. I wanted to convince him to turn himself in to Yevon's judgment.
In exchange for marriage?
Yes, if that's what it took.
So, what did Seymour say?
He didn't say anything. Now I don't even think it was worth it. I should have told you what I was going to do.
Enough! Dwelling in the past is futile.
After falling through the lake ice, the group has a moment of respite from the pursuers. Yuna has a chance to explain herself to her guardians. They talk about what just happened and plan their next move.
Our immediate concern is Yuna's pilgrimage. Are you willing to go on?
Yes. But then, do you think Yevon will allow it?
The Fayth are the ones that give power to the summoners. Not the temples or the teachings.
The Shadow has been defeated, seemingly at least. But his minions give chase. Seymour's second in command, Trommel, orders the Guado after Tidus and Yuna as they flee the temple. And the chase does not end when the heroes get out of Macalania. To fulfill their leader's wish, the Guado chase Yuna all the way to Bikanel Island. After surviving the clash with the Shadow, the heroine is already thinking about the road back. Yuna is motivated to continue her pilgrimage. She only needs to make amends for disturbing the order of Yevon. Once she explains herself, she hopes to get back on the road. In her view, Yuna marched boldly into the dragon's lair and slew the beast. By doing this, she has gotten rid of a threat to Yevon and its order. But the great ordeal is only about to begin. Confronting Seymour has only been the approach to the Inmost cave. The true ordeal awaits in Bhed, the heart of Yevon, where Yuna will uncover the true extent of death's rule over life on Spira and the eternal nature of the spiral of death and sin's rebirth.
Riku, what is the Summoner's Sanctum?
The Summoner's Sanctum is where we keep the Summoners. We keep them safe there.
You kidnapped them.
I know it's against the teachings and all that.
I get why you did it, but...
Well, I sure don't get it, Waka. They might get hurt on their pilgrimage? So you kidnap them? I mean, if the Summoners don't do their job, then who will beat Sin? You want to protect them, I know. But Guardians are there for that. If Guardians do their job well, Summoners will be safe. Right? Right?
It's quiet. Kimari goes now.
Yuna, please be here!
Tidus wakes up in a desert oasis. He's alone, separated from the rest of the group. Sin has carried him to yet another new place, but this time Tidus can forgive his father. One by one, Tidus finds the rest of the group scattered around the desert. Only Yuna remains missing. Riku claims to know where they are. They are on Bikanel, a desert island inhabited by the Bhed. She believes the Bhed must have found and rescued Yuna. Riku guides the group through the desert to the Bhed home, a machina complex of structures resembling apartment buildings. As they arrive, home is under attack. Guado and fiends are killing the Bhed. Sid, Riku's father and Yuna's uncle, welcomes support. He wants their help driving the Guado out of home. Yuna's safety is a priority for her guardians. Riku guides them through home toward its inmost chamber, the Summoner's Sanctum. All of home is a battlefield. They fight their way to the underground center of the Machina complex. Riku tries to explain what the Summoner's Sanctum is. The Bhed want to protect Summoners. They kidnapped Summoners to keep them safe. For once, Waka understands why the Bhed would do something like this. Tidus does not understand it. Why can't the Bhed trust Guardians to keep Summoners safe? When they reach the Summoner's Sanctum, they find Donna and Isaru there, but not Yuna. Tidus pushes the other Guardians for answers. At last, the darkest truth of the pilgrimage is revealed to him. Yuna is going to die. The Summoners who battle Sin give their lives in the process. If Yuna reaches Zanarkand and receives the final Aeon, she can defeat Sin, but the final Aeon will kill her too. The two Summoners present speak of their conviction. Going on the pilgrimage is a choice each Summoner makes. The moment of clarity shocks Tidus. Hindsight shows past events in a very different light. Thinking back to all the times he rushed the group forward or spoke about defeating Sin horrifies him. Home is overrun. Bhed survivors and Yuna's guardians board an airship stored underground. The same airship Tidus helped the Bhed excavate from the seafloor when he first came to Spira. Tidus confronts Sid about Yuna's whereabouts. Sid thinks Tidus is just another one of the Yevonites who expect his niece to sacrifice her life to bring the calm. Tidus vows he will not let Yuna die. Sid expects him to hold to his word, but he doesn't know where Yuna is. They are going to use the airship to look for her. They use the ship's machina weapons to blow up home and the Guado with it. As they prepare to fire a barrage of rockets, the Bhed sing the hymn of the Fayth.
Yuna, she knew what she was doing when she chose to become a summoner. To face sin, yeah? Yuna knew.
But Waka, that's just totally wrong. Summoners shouldn't have to sacrifice themselves. Just so the rest of Spirit can be happy, right?
But that is our choice.
We all live in fear of sin, you know that.
A world without sin. That is the dream of all Yevon's children. And we will use that power, even if it means our lives.
Summoners sacrifice their lives to bring the calm. They go on the pilgrimage prepared to do what they must. The final summoning is the only way to defeat sin. Yuna knew this from the beginning. Waka and Lulu tried to talk her out of it, but she wanted to follow in her father's footsteps. When Tidus talked about defeating sin, Yuna would just smile.
I said, where is she? Answer me! Answer me, damn you!
What'll you do when you find her, eh?
I didn't know anything about what a summoner is supposed to do. And I told her all those things without even knowing. I've got to tell her. I've got to tell her I'm sorry.
That's it? You're gonna tell her you're sorry? And then you just drag her to Zanarkand and make her fight Sheen, huh? You're all the same. Let the summoner die so we can live in peace!
The pilgrimage is a one-way trip. Zanarkand is the end, not only for the journey, but for the summoner. When the summoner defeats sin, they die. Every temple visited brings the end closer. Every Aeon the summoner receives takes them closer to receiving the final Aeon. People recognize the sacrificial nature of the pilgrimage. That's why summoners who journey are privileged. That's why temples have statues of the high summoners.
The Summoner's Sanctum is where we keep the summoners. We keep them safe there.
You kidnapped them.
I know it's against the teachings and all that.
I get why you did it, but...
Well, I sure don't get it, Waka. They might get hurt on their pilgrimage? So you kidnapped them?
The subplot of Bhed kidnapping summoners is resolved. Kidnapped summoners are set free. Capturing and hiding summoners was to prevent them from having to journey and sacrifice their lives. From the resolution rises a new problem. Yuna will die to reach the story goal.
Hey, what's sacrificed? The Bhed said summoners were being sacrificed. That summoners shouldn't have to do a pilgrimage.
Why couldn't they trust guardians to protect the summoners?
They might defeat sin. Uni could... But then she... Uni will die, you know? With the final Aeon, she can beat sin. But then... If she calls it, then the final Aeon's gonna kill her. Even if she defeats sin, it will kill Uni too, you know?
Death rules over life from Spira. Sin can be calmed, but it takes a human sacrifice. Summoners are the embodiment of hope for the people who wait for the calm. This hope is in death, in the self-sacrifice that summoners make. This is all tied to the false moral argument upheld by Yevon. Spira is in a cycle of death. Summoners die defeating sin. Sin comes back to continue the cycle.
Echt elke dreht!
Fredajo, Huicho. E-A-U-E.
Nobo me no.
The Al Bhed sing the hymn of the Fayth when they prepare to blow up their home. Previously, the hymn has only been heard in temples, places of worship, where the Fayth sing it. Now it's heard in a Machina airship, sung by Al Bhed heathens. For Tidus, the hymn was a connection between Spira and his Zanarkand. Now the hymn transcends Fayth and Yevon on Spira.
Riku!
What? Yuna's down there?
Of all the places. Let's go.
Waking up on Bikanel starts the great ordeal for Tidus. The approach stage takes him to face the grim truth about the pilgrimage, the Midpoint Reversal plot point. The first part of the ordeal offers the reward of clairvoyance and the means to rescue the heroine Yuna from the shadow. Al Bhed home is under attack. The hero is being tested in combat again. Riku recognizes a fallen friend, giving name and face to the dying. Home's corridors are littered with the dead. Home is overrun. Sid decides to blow up the whole complex, destroying the life the Al Bhed had built for themselves. The Guaro are carrying out the will of their leader, Seymour. Facing his forces, the hero faces the shadow indirectly. This is all a consequence of their previous encounter. Yuna is missing. Her guardians search for her. Tidus goes through another crisis of the heart in the inmost chamber of home. Before, Tidus feared of losing Yuna to Seymour. Now, he finds out that Yuna is going to die at the end of the pilgrimage.
I mean, if the summoners don't do their job, then who will beat Sin? You want to protect them, I know. But Guardians are there for that. If Guardians do their job well, summoners will be safe. Right? Right?
The hero and his allies must fight their way to the inmost chamber where the reward awaits. The Summoner's Sanctum is underground at the center of the Machina complex. The hero literally descends into the inmost cave where he must face the unexpected grim truth. The Al Bhed have been kidnapping summoners. The hero believes Yuna is among the kidnapped. He's there to rescue her, but things are not what they seem. Approaching the inmost cave raises new questions. There is no damsel in distress guarded by a dragon. Metaphorically hidden in this inmost cave is the open secret that the hero is oblivious of. Obstacles are scattered along the way. Fiends fill the desert. Underlings of the shadow try to stop the hero.
So you know where she is?
Course not! That's why we're gonna look! Using this airship!
Airship?
Vedran, Neto Doku!
Wari! Even maker 1,000 years, Ujantia!
The ordeal stage has only begun for Tidus, but already the hero reaps some rewards. Tidus is a catalyst hero. He needs knowledge to be able to bring about change. In the inmost chamber of the Al Bhed home, he seeks to free the heroine, but gains knowledge instead. Riku, a catalyst character herself, delivers the truth about the pilgrimage, which Yuna's other guardians have been unable to talk about. Yuna is going to die. The pilgrimage is a one-way trip. Summoners are sacrificed for the calm. The revelation brings a moment of clairvoyance. This new perspective shows past events in perfect clarity. Tidus sees how Yuna's other guardians have accepted her martyrdom as a reality. and he sees how his words and actions could have hurt Yuna. The sacrifice of summoners is a centerpiece of the false moral argument upheld by Yevon. In this grim moment of truth and unpleasant retrospection, Tidus cannot realize it yet, but this knowledge is a piece of the puzzle that he needs to form a thematic synthesis for life and death, to end the cycle of death that Spira revolves around. At the climax of the story, this moment of seizing the sword will enable Tidus to become a true hero and flip the sacrificial roles between him and Yuna. A physical reward for surviving this part of the ordeal is the Bhed airship. The powerful Machina weapon is a tool in the next part of the ordeal, and at the end of the story, when the Catalyst hero forms a thematic synthesis for faith and technology.
I want my journey to be full of laughter.
I can't let her die. I'll find her!
The Shadow's minions retaliate as the hero tries to get back on the road. The Guado followed them on Bikanel, and now they follow them on board the airship. Yuna is still missing. Tidus wants to find her to tell he's sorry about all the things he said without knowing. He wants to keep her safe. Sid takes Tidus for another Yevonite fool who thinks sacrificing summoners is alright. But Tidus vows to Yuna's uncle that he will not let her die, and Sid intends to hold him to his word.
Hey, what's sacrificed? The Bhed said summoners were being sacrificed. That summoners shouldn't have to do a pilgrimage.
Why couldn't they trust guardians to protect the summoners? The Bhed had no right stopping their pilgrimage.
The pilgrimages have to stop. If they don't, and they get to Zanarkand, they might defeat Sin. Uni could... But then she... Uni will die, you know? You know, don't you? Summoner's journey to get the final Aeon. Yuna told you, didn't she? With the final Aeon, she can beat Sin. But then... If she calls it, then the final Aeon's gonna kill her. Even if she defeats Sin, it will kill Uni too, you know?
Was I the only one who didn't know? Tell me why! Why were you hiding it? Why didn't I know?
We weren't hiding it.
It was just too hard to say.
Here is the Midpoint Reversal. The storyteller narrator has been foreshadowing this moment since Tidus joined the pilgrimage. Most of the audience can expect what's coming. They get to experience dramatic irony when Tidus, the fool hero, gets the rock pulled from under him and has all his plans destroyed. This plot point reveals the pilgrimage's true nature. It gives new meaning to past events. The naked truth is delivered by Riku, the newest member on the pilgrimage. She's an Bhed, an outcast, but even she knows the open secret, unspoken, but constantly hanging above the group, affecting them. Riku is a catalyst character, the only one able to deliver the truth to the hero, enabling him to move forward. Yuna is going to die. If she gets to Zanarkand and receives the final Aeon, she might defeat Sin, but she will die. With this new knowledge, Tidus sees past events in a different light.
And I've been telling Yuna! Let's go to Zanarkand together! Let's beat Sin! I told her all the things! We could! And all along, the whole time, I didn't know anything! But Yuna, she'd just smile. Let's get going, man.
We're gonna wait.
Huh?
Are you ready?
It must be tough, being a summoner.
Yuna chose her own path. She knew from the beginning what it meant. All we can do is protect her along the way, until the end.
Until the end? What's the end?
Too funny.
It was your idea.
Thank you.
Huh?
I want my journey to be full of laughter.
Lady Yuna, are you going to bring us the calm?
Yes. Very soon.
Yay!
We're looking forward to another calm, my Lady Summoner.
I'll do my best. I wish I could live in a place like this. Peaceful. Living with a smile on my face every day.
You can, once you beat Sin, right?
But then, a new Sin will be born anyway.
Well, then you can just beat it again.
I wish I could.
Hey, you can. Trust me. You are the best summoner out there. Hey, I got an idea.
We're not waiting till nightfall.
Then, once we beat Sin, we're coming back. Come on, let's just get on with the pilgrimage. I mean, marriage?
Jealous?
What? No way. We gotta defeat Sin. Romance can wait.
You sure picked a fine time to lay this one on us.
Maybe it is a fine time.
You serious?
If my getting married would help Spira, if it would make people happy, if I could do that for people, maybe I should do what I can. I never imagined doing anything like this. But I won't answer till I know what's right.
Seriously?
You could always just quit your pilgrimage and get married.
I will. Go on. I'm sure that Lord Seymour will understand.
I guess so.
I am a summoner. I must fight and defeat Sin.
Just one thing.
I won't quit my pilgrimage.
Then it is fine.
Wait a minute, Orin. You don't care? I mean, you're not gonna stop her?
No, I'm not. As long as she is willing to face Sin, all else is her concern. That is a summoner's privilege, as long as she journeys.
Reno! We reach 1 minute!
Where's Yuna?
Ajanuha hupon? Ajanuha Yemeja!
I said, where is she? Answer me! Answer me, damn you!
What do you do when you find her, eh?
I didn't know anything about what a summoner is supposed to do. And I told her all those things without even knowing.
Crushed by the weight of knowledge, Tidus is at his lowest point in the story. All his plans are seemingly destroyed. The story goal is to stop Sin, but when the goal is achieved, Yuna will die, and Sin will eventually come back after the calm. Tidus had made plans for a time after Sin, after the pilgrimage. He expected Yuna to be able to spend time with him. She asked him to take her to his Samarkand. Now those plans are ruined. Yuna worried about Sin coming back. Tidus told her they would defeat it again if it did come back. Now he knows that is not possible. Tidus cannot be with Yuna after they defeat Sin. The hero's plans are ruined by the revelation brought by the Midpoint Reversal. Now all the dramatic questions are at odds with each other.
I've got to tell her. I've got to tell her I'm sorry!
That's it? You're gonna tell her you're sorry? And then you just drag her to Zanarkand and make her fight Sheen, huh? You're all the same. Let the summoner die so we can live in peace!
No!
Ah, words! Show me action!
I'm telling you, she won't die!
Boy, don't forget those words. 'Cause if you do, I'm gonna make you regret it.
Before, the dramatic questions seemed to coalesce. Tidus could rise to Jecht's level by defeating Sin with Yuna, after which he and Yuna could be together. The revelation of the sacrificial nature of the pilgrimage creates conflict between the dramatic questions. Yuna will never be able to enjoy the calm she brings. If Tidus and Yuna defeat Sin, Yuna will die. Then they cannot be together. If Tidus and Yuna quit the pilgrimage to be together, they will not defeat Sin. Death will rule over life. Tidus will not rise to his father's level, nor be worthy of Jecht's praise. Jecht allowed Braska to sacrifice himself. To rise to Jecht's level as a guardian, Tidus would have to help Yuna continue the cycle of death and sacrifice her life. Would Tidus even be worthy of Jecht's praise if he lets Yuna sacrifice herself? Being an outsider had made the hero innocent to the dark truths of Spira. Now, at his lowest point, Tidus loses all that innocence. Knowing the truth about the pilgrimage, he is no longer a fool. Tidus must move forward to the next hero archetype and become proactive. All the dramatic questions are in conflict, but the first priority is to find and save Yuna. Knowledge is an important tool for the Catalyst hero. With it, Tidus can bring about change. Already he is gathering the keys to becoming a true hero and forming thematic synthesis.